Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Tuesdays is usually numbers days here in Chicago when the USDA puts out crop progress, and also we're starting to get some numbers out of South America. Overnight beans are up a little bit, corn and wheat's down a little bit, and meal's gaining on oil. Outside markets are all lower. Looks like the stock market's going to open up lower, crude's lower, US dollar's lower, and gold is also lower. USDA estimated 83% of the corn crop is harvested versus 91 average. We'll continue to hear that where the yields are the best, farmers are running out of storage. So we'll see if they actually sell the corn out of the fields or try to find storage for that. Bean harvest 93% done versus 95 average. And again, a lot of these beans have been sold, and so there should be space for them. Cash markets are firming up just a little bit domestically by the processors as they try to get some ownership. I think yesterday beans broke below key support, and we saw a little bit of retraction of the bean-corn ratio on talk that maybe China will import less beans, feed less meal, maybe more DDG and corn, and that also South America has a better price for December and January for beans being sold to China. So we'll see if the market can find support down at these levels, or if we need to take a little bit more off the bean price because our export demand might be declining. Winter wheat planting is 95% done. The crop is rated 54% good to excellent versus 55 last week and 59 last year. Crops improved in soft red winter wheat areas, but they dropped down in hard red winter wheat areas. And the perception is, at least in spring wheat and soft wheat, that acres are going to be up for next year's crop versus last year. Our year-to-date exports for wheat's running about 6% behind last year. USDA is estimating a 5% drop. Corn is running 45% behind last year. USDA is estimating a 16% drop. And beans are down about 12%, and USDA is actually forecasting a 3% increase in exports. Down in South America, the crop is still rated by private groups. Brazil's beans at 107 million tons, 50% of the crop is planted. Full season corn, 54% is planted versus 69 last year, and the Brazil crop is estimated 88 million tons versus 98 last year. And right now they're getting good rains, which should help the outlook for crops down there. 12% of the Argentina soybean crop is planted. The crop is estimated around 55 million tons versus almost 58 last year. 35% of the corn crop is planted. Crop is estimated at 42 million tons versus 41 last year. And the thing about Argentina is the 2-week forecast is dry, so we have to keep an eye on that to see if that changes, or if it continues, it could be supportive to prices. If we look at Chicago Board of Trade corn, wheat, Kansas City wheat, and Minneapolis wheat, the managed funds of wheat and futures and options combined everything is the third most bearish week last week of ever, with a net short of 350,000 contracts. Yesterday the fund sold beans, meal, oil, corn, and wheat. And open interest went up, especially in corn, 23,000 contracts, and wheat, 11,000 contracts. So there really doesn't seem any end in sight for them to get out of this massive corn and wheat short position. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.